Just wow. Look at that. Depraved cop preyed on 50-year-old assault victim. Ex-cop guilty for preying on 50-year-old assault victim. Wow. Let's get to the video, shall we?
Preyed on a 15-year-old child while he was a cop.
Whoa.
Let's put up his picture full mass here.
Let's do that. Put it on the big screen, shall we?
A former New Orleans police
New Orleans.
who had a history of behavioral complaints pleaded guilty to assaulting a 15-year-old crime victim. I'm going to give you background on Rodney Vicnair. Rodney was a cop.
He was a cop.
Dispatched to help a 14-year-old victim of sexual assault.
Whoa.
After months of grooming this victim,
What?
he would then go on to sexually assault said victim himself. After complaints were made to 2 agencies, Officer Vicnair was arrested and charged with sexual battery, indecent behavior with a juvenile, and malfeasance in office. Vicnair is scheduled to be sentenced in March. Let me give you background to this. Vicnair, who is a 13-year police veteran, a 13-year veteran of the New Orleans Police Department, was dispatched to a girl's home to drive her, accompanied by her mother, to a children's hospital in New Orleans. This was for a forensic medical examination. In the waiting room, Officer Vicnair showed the girl photos of another girl posing in bikinis and lingerie, who he said was his 16-year-old daughter.
Wow. So he's his 16-year-old daughter. First of all, what kind of a sick fucker who wants to do shit like that? I mean, she's a victim. And this guy is trying to entice her and say, oh, look at my daughter. This is her in a bikini. This is her in a short skirt. I mean, where the hell, in the right mind, where the hell is this cop's logical thinking of? Just to present that shit.
The grooming process for his own sexual perversion started while the child was getting an examination from the sexual assault. Mm-hmm. There's more.
Here we go.
After the hospital visit, Officer Vicnair remained near constant presence in the girl's life. The lawsuit claims that from June through September 2022, he called the girl almost every day, frequently visited her at home, asked that she meet him outside in his car under the pretense of acting as her mentor. During those 4 months, he bragged about committing acts of violence, joked about how he could kill her loved ones, and repeatedly described sexual acts he would like to engage in with the child.
Unreal.
Officer Vicnair solicited sexual acts, which she declined, and asked her to send him nude photos, which he displayed as the lock screen of his cell phone, the lawsuit says. Twice, he exposed his genitals to her over FaceTime, it says. The lawsuit says he groped her multiple times, including once when he entered her home at night and shined a flashlight in her face to wake her up. On 2 occasions, he used his fingers to sexually assault her while in his police vehicle. Once its doors were locked, the lawsuit says. Both times, he was armed.
Basically, yeah, he'd say, yeah, occasionally when he had her in the squad car, he would use the finger blast and finger rape her pussy. Disgusting. Real fucking creep, ladies and gentlemen.
With his gun. Let me give you background to the misconduct that already existed before these complaints were alleged against this dirty-ass cop.
Yep.
Vicnair was a bad choice.
A bad choice?
To send to assist a child victim of rape because he...
A bad choice? He was a poor choice.
Was not a member of the police department special victims unit or child abuse unit, a requirement under New Orleans Police Department policy. They created the policy, they decided to violate it. And he also had a history of complaints involving allegations of unprofessional and even illegal conduct, some of which included predatory behavior toward women. Now, what did the department do? Nothing. Not a damn thing. They allowed him to remain an officer, put him in front of individuals that he posed a danger and threat to, and had no issue with it whatsoever. Violated their own policies to put someone like him in positions like that to victimize children in their own community. That's what the cops did. The police did that. All right? Protect and serve my ass. In one case, he used police equipment to use a woman's license plate to obtain personal information and called her name in a grocery store parking lot. He received 5 days of suspension and a letter of reprimand for this offense. A year after the letter of reprimand was issued, the lawsuit says, Vignier was promoted to a mentor position for new recruits.
You gotta be kidding me.
Put up the superintendent.
You want to see the superintendent?
The chief and superintendent.
Here it is.
Sean Ferguson has held this position since 2019. Now, let me say this, okay? If a police department is not concerned with the health and the well-being of a child in their community, that police department is corrupt to its core. Corrupt to its core.
I mean, it's just as corrupt, if not more corrupt. Just like I did the news stories a couple of months ago about a cops that got a call and ignored a rape victim. That's how corrupt these officers and police are these days.
Now, you could talk about how there are more good cops than bad cops. Fine. You believe that, you believe that. But damn it, how in the hell does this guy have so many complaints on record? Oh.
I mean, I saw a sign the other day, I was riding the bus. It said, defend Black Lives Matter, defund the police, disarm NRA.
Record. Getting positions of authority, positions of mentorship to children, and he's literally sexually harassing women in that local community utilizing police equipment to do so. And you give him positions of even more trust. What does he have on you, Chief? What does he have on you, Captain, Sergeant, whoever in the hell signed off on this?
What's he got on you, sir?
That's a relevant question. And until you answer that question, or show me clearly that there's a distinction between you and this piece of you-know-what, you will be clumped into the same narrative. And rightfully so.
You know what? And whoever it is, I don't know if he's a captain, a chief, or whatever it is, you know, in my book, he's just as much of a piece of shit as that depraved cop is, in my opinion.
All right, just as a thought here.
For the sake of the video,
I think a lot of people have a
opinion.
misconception about what the nature of a sexual crime is, like rape or sexual assault, and that it's a crime of someone who wants to have sex with someone who doesn't want to have sex with them. But in reality, it is a violent crime of exerting your will on somebody. It is not like a crime of sexuality, it is a crime of power. So we see that here with all of the compiling circumstances of his actions. He's sexually assaulting her while he's in his police car, a symbol of power, which, you know, undermines her ability to, verbalize consent. It undermines her ability to get out of the situation. Forget the fact that he's already a police officer, is always going to be in a position of power. Yep. He's an adult. She's a minor, is always going to be in a position of power. But, he's wearing his gun when he's doing it. It's about exerting his will over someone who he has taken control away from. And
it's sometimes for like men like that as well, especially you got men that have authority like that. It's not about getting gratification. It's about will and power. It's about saying, it's about him saying, I have total power, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have no power, and you're going to do as I say and as I do. I mean, that's what it's about.
And that kind of action is accepted and encouraged in law enforcement, in these corrupt law enforcement, in these corrupt police departments, which is why we see him not just be able to get away with this.
Well, not only that, it's a fact, it's like, if you get cops out there that are, trying to make a woman or even underage girls perform, sexual acts like oral or letting them do stuff or like intercourse or anything like that, to the peers, well, hey, it's okay because we're wearing the shield, we're wearing the blue. Yeah, They're thinking, oh yeah, we can do what we want. We can plant drugs, we can steal money, hey, we can smoke drugs, and we can rape women, and we can kill people and get away because we're above the law. We got a shield of bag. We got a uniform. That's what it's all about, huh?
Essentially with impunity, but to get promoted.
Yeah,
and
that's another thing, get promoted.
For 5 days. But then come back and get promoted into a mentorship position where he is directly engaging with, inferior officers who might be women, despite him being a sexual harasser, a known sexual harasser, where he has a position in the community where he is engaging directly with people who could be vulnerable. So it's really just symbolic, more so, of the deep issues within law enforcement in this country.
Yeah, very sad. Well said. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, then that first of all, that done Depraved call, he had no business even taking that sexual victim to a hospital. Then in fact, he had enough balls to say, hey, look at my daughter. She's wearing a bikini. She's wearing a sexy outfit. All kind of like, he's bullshit lying as well. I mean, that's all the control and power as well. I mean, you got these dirtbags, usually when you're with a woman, if she says no, what does it mean? No, it doesn't mean maybe, or how about tomorrow, or maybe next week. No, it means no, N-O. But to the cop, to them, it's like, oh, no. I said, no, it's going to be maybe because I've got a gun, I got a badge. You're going to do what I say. No, that's why there is a movement called #MeToo movement with women out there. And then that's why you got dirty cops out there thinking they get away with sodomizing and victimizing women out there, vulnerable women out there. This is the real deal out there. Not the mammy-pammy bullshit that the truth lands like the Philippines, the Finding Fraud, the Brump and Dump, the Deaconses, and, people like Shizzle Fizzle and PDF. Real news like that. Yeah, and this is the case that Happy Fuck the Cops said. Come and get some motherfucking bitches. That's it. I'm out of here, Mike Joe. Peace out.